So we're live on a Woman Agenda podcast. This is Roger, host. We have a very special guest today, a very talented DJ, Samantha Michelle. How are you today?
I'm great, thanks. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it's great to be. It's great to have you on, and obviously the first female DJ to be on this podcast. So it's a first for us to bring you on here. Very interesting career and very hard to decide where to start from because what kind of stuff you've done. So yeah, I mean, if we start from the beginning, how did you get into DJing in the first?
I was at a party in London at the Groucho Club and I plugged in my iPod. I guess I'm like aging myself here. And I played like really silly, fun, light songs that I don't think anybody was really expecting to hear in that situation. And people just went kind of nuts and crazy for it. And then folks that were sort of in my community were asking me to DJ parties for them. And I never wanted to be a DJ, so it wasn't something that I kind of rushed my way into. But then all these years later, here we are. So
Yeah, and obviously, is there any particular DJ? Did you ever listen to any music on YouTube, or have you been to any particular DJs, male or even female, which inspired you?
there are DJs now that I love that inspire me. Like Purple Disco Machine and Blondish and
Hmm.
Disclosure and Mark Ronson and Nora Van Elkin. There are some really amazing female DJs out there, including some of the ones that I mentioned. And I feel very lucky that I am surrounded by a very rich community of amazing female DJs. So I can happily shout out love to people like Daisy Odell, Nix Kynard, Angel Schwartz, um, Bria Bird, Christine Barilli. There's really no shortage of amazing female DJs in New York right now.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, yeah, absolutely. Which I've noticed the DJ, the playing field of DJing, it seems to be balancing very nicely now between male and female. Where you see there's loads of female DJs coming through internationally. We've seen a lot of female DJs, very talented, who've been doing lots of success in DJing. One which I've listened to myself. There's Deborah, I think Delusa, I think you pronounce it. There's her as well. So yeah, absolutely, definitely. There's lots of um, DJ female DJs, very talented, and I guess it does make it easier for someone who wants to get into DJing now than previously uh, on there. So is this a full time thing? That are you like 24/7 DJ now?
Um, no, I sleep and eat and walk my dog and write and look after myself. So no, I wouldn't say that it's a 24/7 thing, no. But this is, my full-time job and how I've been able to support myself for the last few years. So I feel very blessed that that is a reality for me.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, and you've obviously you've headlined with so many people. Obviously, you've opened up with so many names which we know about. Obviously, Duran is one of them, who's massive on there. And have you had any interaction with these big artists and these? Any have you had any like conversations with them? You've been able to when you started out?
I'm so sorry. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. When you started out, did you like? do you have any conversation with any of these, whether it's Mark Ronson or Duran Duran or any of these big names? Have you had any like interaction with them?
You mean like personal conversations?
Yeah, or anything about music or DJing or.
No, no, no. I mean, normally when you open for an artist like that, like there's a lot of kind of people and commotion around. And so, whatever conversations like I've had with Mark have really been like quite technical as far as like how to facilitate a transition. And when I opened for Duran Duran, I've met the guys from Duran Duran before, just, socially or whatnot. But,
Hmm.
when you're playing a stadium, it's not like you're all kind of like hanging out backstage together. It's not really like that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, definitely, yeah, definitely. That is absolutely true. So, where are you? Whereabouts are you based now? And um as a female DJ, and do you like as a DJ? Is it like you're always performing everywhere now, or with your DJ sets?
Um, is it like I'm always performing everywhere now? I don't know how to answer that question. I'm so sorry. Would you mind rephrasing it?
It, as a DJ, some DJs they're like around if they're in Italy, they'll be like performing around Italy in various cities and stuff, and doing different DJ sets, or they'll be traveling around the world. Is that something which you do, or you do it?
Yes, I do travel a lot with work. Yes.
Oh, definitely. Is there any highlight you can think of in your career so far, which you would say stands out?
Um, yeah, there are tons of highlights. I just got back from a European tour. I played in Cannes and Paris and London and Berlin. I did 10 shows in 15 days, so it was a lot, but it was a lot of fun and really amazing.
Okay, fantastic. And do you like because obviously you've mentioned and you stuff and a lot about your DJing and obviously about the audience and stuff. So what was it? What was the first show you did as a DJ? The first show when you started as a DJ. How
Uh,
how how was that? And was that in front of like a large audience or?
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was in the basement of a soul house in London. It was the first show I was ever booked to do. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Oh, that's yeah, absolutely. And you must have had what kind of after that was it then you decided that okay, you know, um, you want to be a full-time DJ, or when did you decide? When did that come?
That wasn't really like there wasn't really a moment where I made that decision. It just kind of happened, like over years. Over years. I think, nothing in life happens overnight, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and this obviously is your official website, sammichelle.com.
That is my official website. Yep.
/DJ. So anybody who's watching this now, obviously checking out afterwards, they can do check it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, and uh, lots of detail about kind of stuff you've done so far and the plans. So absolutely do check it out, and obviously lots of stuff about obviously videos. I mean, of your music of the DJing. There's kind of I think samples of the stuff which you've done. People can listen to that. I think on the website. Is that right?
Hmm.
They can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And do you like as a DJ? Obviously you're always constantly you're performing out here, like you said, you have so many dates and you perform so much. Do you like so you do you still open up for acts and other people, or do you is it just your own now? You do it to your
No, I still open up for people all the time. Yeah, yeah.
oh fantastic. So how long you been a DJ now then for?
It's kind of hard to like pinpoint like an exact, starting point of my DJ career, but like I guess probably 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anything specific, if someone wants to be a DJ, what do they have to do to be a DJ as successful as you've done it?
Um, I think that the most important thing is to be true to yourself and who you are and what you're about and what you bring into, the marketplace in this capacity. So obviously there's a lot of DJs out there, and I know for me when I started out, I was really really clear about how I was going to be different. I came up in a time where DJs, like, there was really like an obsession with like being cool and looking cool and seeming cool and being kind of like disinterested and disengaged, and the music in like certainly like an event soundscape like kind of taking like more of like a back seat. And I wanted to like come into the space and shake things up and make things really fun and exciting and nostalgic and upbeat and kind of sing along and a little like tongue in cheek. And so that's, what I was about, and that was reflected in my style and in the way I dressed and in what I chose to play. And that's evolved a lot since and adapted so as to facilitate my moving into different spaces within the industry. But at its core, uh, that's what I was about. So I would say my advice to anybody looking to get into the business would be, yeah, to really figure out what you want to bring to the space, what you have to give.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And any specific way to learn to be a DJ? Do you think any way you learned how to be a DJ? Was it
Yeah.
from
I
somebody else? Or
was very, yeah, somebody taught me, a girl, this amazing female DJ called Erica. She taught me how to use my first, pair of CDJs. So I owe her big time for that. And then I've had other teachers since. There's obviously a lot that you can teach yourself online. I used to just go to like DJ stores and like mess around with the equipment. Um, so that's something that I recommend doing if you can afford lessons, or if you have a friend who knows and can teach you a couple of things. That can be really great. You can get some really great like all-in-one pieces of equipment like secondhand on eBay and online and whatnot. So I would say try and invest in a piece of equipment and start, messing around and find your sound.
yeah, yeah, definitely, and I'm sure that would be very useful for anybody who's obviously going to be watching this or later on, and on that, and do obviously check out your website. Very detailed, and it is very lots of information on there. Absolutely, definitely, and on there. So is there any what's the plan now? Then is there any plans in the next few days to be touring and
I'm going
performing?
on a family holiday actually. So I'm gonna
Oh,
take some time off, which is gonna be really nice. It's not something I do very often. So yeah, I go on holiday with my family in Italy next week, which will be really nice.
yeah, definitely Italy. Yeah, absolutely, definitely,
Mhm.
and a very nice place to be going on holiday on Italy.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, and do you like have a YouTube channel now where people can check you out? Your
I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't think. I don't think I do. I've made a couple of. I made a remix of Tina Turner's "The Best" last year. I think that that's somewhere up on YouTube, but I'm not the best at social media, admittedly. So bear with me. But I'm on Instagram. You can find me at Samantha Music.
Yeah. I thought I would ask you that because obviously I saw like a few DJs, posting some stuff on YouTube, or like samples of the DJing and that kind of stuff. But I guess, yeah, it is a constant thing when I speak to artists, whether it's music artists or anybody else, and uh, they all mention the same thing, that social media does take a lot of their time. When you do social media, and you have to keep on constantly posting stuff 24/7. If you're like a unassigned artist kind of a.
It's really unfortunate. Yeah, I think it's really unfortunate. I met last week with a really lovely singer songwriter who, is really young. She's 20 and has a great following on both Instagram and TikTok. And she was telling me about, the pressures that are on her to be constantly churning out this really clean, polished content, and the resistance amongst the A&R community to invest in artists because they can't break artists the way that they used to, because social media has inverted all of their models. So now, in order for them to take an artist on, they have to take an artist who already has a built-in following. And I really, I just think it's really unfortunate. Like, thank God there isn't like a whole interweb of everything I did when I was 20. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be pretty horrified if that lived on the internet. So I think it's a really troubling time. I think it's a really troubling time in our business, because somebody's ability to create an internet personality out of themselves and like out of their sonic identity, and to have the infrastructure to exploit that, in such a way that is agreeable with the algorithms of these social media apps, really doesn't have anything to do with, the quality of them as a singer songwriter, or of the music that they have to bring into the space. And just think it's really unfortunate that that's one of the challenges facing creators. On the flip side of that, I suppose, anybody can try and turn themselves into Justin Bieber or what have you, and,
Yeah.
all for equal opportunity, and that's brilliant. But at the same time, I think that what trends doesn't have anything to do with what is quality. And so if the leaders of industry, and this is not just specific to music, um, if the leaders of industry don't have like the autonomy to, facilitate avenues to opportunity for young creatives anymore, unless those young creatives come with built-in social media audiences, I just think that is not going to be good for the hearts and souls of the human race. But that's my stance on it.
Yeah, no, obviously, and obviously, I know you're very busy, and I've just obviously, so we will just wrap this up, because I've just obviously been informed
Yeah.
by your team, which is understandable, which is understandable. So that's fair enough. I think we covered most of it anyway, and it is very nice to have you come
Thank
on
you.
here, on there, and obviously wishing you lots of success going
Thank
forward
you. Same to you.
in your DJ career. I'm sure you will do really well. We will be obviously, premiering as DJ Samantha's audio set very this week on the channel as well, which her team has sent over. So we will be obviously showcasing some of the samples of our work as well, the audio version. So that will be on here this week, on there. So yeah, thank you very much, Samantha. On there, any last things you wanna say before I let you go?
All good. All good. Thank you for having me. It's really nice to connect with you.
Yeah, thank you very much to Samantha. Thank you very much to your team, Abby, for making this happen, and wishing them all the success as well. Thank you very much, and have a fantastic week. Thank you.
You
Thank you.
too. You too. Thanks so much. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. So there you go. That was DJ Samantha. She had to go, but that's fine. I'm sure you enjoyed that chat which we had, and now we will be back this week. Stay tuned for updates on the upcoming scheduled premiere interviews which are happening this week. They will happen this week, so stay tuned for that, and there will be lots of more exciting content on the Woman Agenda channel coming up. And obviously the audio set with DJ Samantha. So much stuff happening this week. This is the Woman Agenda podcast with Raj. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of today.